A very good morning to one and all gathered here today. I, Khushi Goenka,
And I, Yash Arya, welcome you all to celebrate this special event in the honor of our beloved teachers.
on behalf of our BLD family, we would like to put forth our profound gratitudes towards those people who have not only helped us academically, but also uplifted us as good human beings.
Today's date marks the birth anniversary of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, who was not only our second president, but also an exemplary educator.
In his name and the name of such great leaders of our nation, we'd like to commence this event by calling upon the dais our magnanimous Dean and Principal of Shri B.M. Patil Medical College, Dr. Arvind V. Patil.
Our humble Vice Principal of Academics, Dr. S.V. Patil.
Our ever motivating professor and head of Department of Surgery, Dr. M.B. Patil.
And our esteemed guest of honor for today, Dr. Rajgopal Shenoy K, former Associate Dean of Academics and Professor of Surgery at Kasturba Medical College, Manipal, who would be joining us today via online video platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And last but not the least, our beloved teachers, friends, and support staff of Shri B.M. Patil Medical College. We welcome you all.
Now we have Ashwat, Vaibhav, Mahashweta, Adamya Sanvi, and Siddhi to begin this event on a very auspicious note. Hello.
Guru Brahma,
Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. ऐ खुदा मुझको बता, तू रहता कहाँ, क्या तेरा पता बता। हम तो यहाँ पे मुसाफिर हैं, जो ढूंढे अपनी मंजिल का पता।
That was indeed very soothing. Now, we would like to take this opportunity to shift the spotlights towards our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Rajgopal Shinoy K., former Associate Dean of Academics and Professor of Surgery at Kasturba Medical College, Manipal.
Sir is the humble author of the renowned Manipal Manual of Surgery, which is widely followed in medical colleges throughout our country.
He has had a sterling reputation for the past 35 years, not only as an excellent surgeon, but also as a soulful singer.
I'd like to call upon Dr. M.B. Patil, Professor and Head Department of Surgery, Shri B.M. Patil Medical College, to now better introduce our esteemed chief guest. Sir.
A very good morning to all my teachers, my colleagues, my friends, my dear students and support staff who are gathered here. First of all, sir, there are many gurus to me here. Wish you all a very happy Teachers' Day. I'd like to share my experience in this institution and also where I did my post-graduation. As all of you know, teachers are the one who shape our future, and because of their guidance, their continuous, grilling us, we become good surgeons, and some of us end up as teachers. I'm very thankful to my teachers who taught me during my undergraduate days here, and many teachers who inspired me to become teacher. And as all of us are teachers, we know teaching is a very difficult job, especially +2 MBBS students. But I am proud and happy to share with you that our teachers in this institution are doing a commendable job. Thank you very much. And I'll assure that we'll continue to do our good work in future also. According to great authors, great teachers being themselves, who are great teachers? A mediocre teacher tells, good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and a great teacher inspires. And Freud defines passionate teacher as somebody who is in love with the field of knowledge, deeply stirred by issues and ideas that change our worlds. Teachers should work with dedication and passion. Only if you have passion, then you can become a good teacher, and maybe you can inspire many more in your life. What are the qualities of a good teacher? Which many of us have, maybe we are lacking here and there one or two aspects. A person or a teacher should have a good quality knowledge, should be abreast with what is happening around so that we can impart knowledge to our students, should be student friendly, should create an interest in the subject, should be explanatory and informative teaching, and most important, I think all of us know, personally, the teacher should be an excellent human being. Only then he can connect with the students. That's very, very important. Personal as well as professional skills. Coming to an arduous task of introducing one of our senior most faculty. Sir is not very senior in terms of his age. He is only around 60, 61. Good morning, sir. Rajgopal Shinoy, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, sir. I have seen sir since my postgraduate days. Very active person in whole of Karnataka and also whole of India. He's been associated with many universities and also internationally acclaimed. He has given many lectures and participated in many conferences, CMEs in Middle East and in Asia. Sir has done his MBBS from Government Medical College, Bellary, then his MS from KMC, Mangalore. He joined the Department of General Surgery in December '86, and he's been teaching in KMC Manipal in various capacities for the last 35 years. Sir was also Associate Dean, KMC Manipal, and he was former head of the department. Presently, he is working as Professor of Surgery. And as all of you are aware, sir has authored various books, the notable ones being Manipal Manual of Surgery, Manipal Manual of Surgery for Dental Students, Manipal Manual on Instruments and on Clinical Methods. He's been a teacher par excellence, imparting his knowledge and skills over 35 years. Sir has delivered prestigious MP Pai oration for the Karnataka State Chapter and Narasimha Rao International Oration held in Glasgow in 2018. He has received the highest award for best paper presentation in Karnataka, that is Mahadevan's Awards. And I'd like to applaud and also expect a big round of applause. Sir has received 8 times Best Teacher Award in KMC Manipal. And as usual, sir was, we used to daily see him because of COVID period for last 1.5 to 2 years. Sir was relentlessly part of various programs in webinars, and more than 100 webinars he was part of the, he was a faculty. He has presented more than 60 papers in various conferences and 30 lectures. And the list is very big. Sir, as I told you, he is always faculty or he's presenting. 63 papers he has presented, and he has been invited faculty in over 45 medical colleges and universities across India. Sir has 56 publications in various national and international journals. And he has interest in GI surgery and thyroid surgery. And he has been a board of studies member in various universities of Karnataka and rest of the Karnataka. And he is a life member of Surgical Association of India and surgical gastroenterology. He is into philanthropy also. He has donated limbs, artificial limbs, and he is actively involved with Lion Club. And married to Dr. Anita Shinoy, who is a consultant anesthesiologist, professor and head Department of Anesthesia, KMC Manipal. And sir's 2 children, both are both are doing IFS service, and they're presently positioned in Delhi. Daughter Rachna is a gold medalist from KMC Manipal, and presently she is doing DM nephrology at SGPGI. And I'd like to pay my pranams to you, sir. Great guru, teacher par excellence, inspiration to many young surgeons to continue as teachers, and above all, a wonderful human being. And you're going to see his creativity also later. Sir recorded more than 100 songs during COVID period, and he's an excellent singer also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those kind words.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to request Dr. Tejaswini Vallabha, Professor of General Surgery, to please hand over the bouquet to our chief guest.
Sir, this is virtual bouquet to you, and really nice to see you on a wonderful morning.
Namaskara, madam. Namaskara. So nice of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now I'd like to call upon students of our own college to please hand over the bouquets to our magnanimous principal, Dr. Arvind Patil. Our humble Vice Principal of Academics, Dr. S.V. Patil. And our extraordinary Head Department of Surgery, Dr. M.B. Patil.
Now, we'd like to welcome our ever hardworking and inspiring teachers from our BLD family to receive a token of appreciation from the hands of their own beloved students.
First, I'd like to call upon Dr. Badiga Sharan Basavappa, Professor and Head, General Medicine. Dr. Anand Ambali, Professor, General Medicine. Dr. Vikram Sindagikar, Associate Professor, General Surgery. Dr. Tejaswini Vallabh, Professor, General Surgery. And our magnanimous Dean and Principal, Dr. Arvind Patil, Professor of General Surgery.
Dr. Ashwini B. Nucci, Associate Professor of Anatomy. Dr. S.Y. Yatagiri, Associate.
Dr. Vijay Kumar Kalyanam, sir. Please, we welcome you, sir.
Dr. Ashwini B. Nucci, Associate Professor of Anatomy.
Call upon Sumangala Patil Madam to honor the next five.
I would like to call upon Dr. S.Y. Yatagiri, Associate Professor of Anatomy. Dr. G.A. Hadimani, Associate Professor of Anatomy. Dr. M.M. Patil, Professor of Pediatrics. Dr. Raghavendra Igderi, Associate Professor of Ophthalmology. Dr. Uday C. Nucci, Professor of Forensic Medicine.
Dr. Praveen R. Shahapur, Professor and Head, Microbiology.
Call upon Dr. Ashok Nayak to do the honors for the next event.
Now I'd like to call Dr. Mamta K, Associate Professor, Pathology. Dr. Anil Reddy K, Assistant Professor, Pathology. Dr. Nilima Dongre, Professor, Biochemistry. Dr. Jay Rajgudi, Assistant Professor, Biochemistry. Dr. Manjunath Aithala, Professor, Physiology.
call upon Dr. Anpurna Sajjan, the definite friend, to do the honors.
I would now like to call upon Dr. Jyoti Khodnapur, Associate Professor of Physiology. Dr. Pallavi Kante, Assistant Professor of Physiology. Dr. Sandeep Nayak, Associate Professor of Orthopedics.
I call upon Dr. Deepak Chavan, a human being par excellence, a good teacher, but more important, a very soundly knowledged in the department of IT. Since I have taken over charge, he's working 24/7 with team led by him, Dr. Anil, Mr. Anand Patil, Sudhir, Mohan, the other team members of the IT. Relentlessly, they're working day and night. Today, all we relish the technology in the institution is because of Dr. Deepak, a teacher par excellence and a good human being. And this award is given to him as a special talent which he possesses apart from the teaching. So he's above all that, above all of us, because he has an additional talent. So I call upon Deepak, and let us stand and give a big standing ovation to him. Incidentally, we have one of the good teacher. He's born on this day, Dr. Ishwar Bagoji. I call him to come onto the dais and let us wish him a happy birthday. That song? Birthday song? Birthday song?
बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, सोचिए हजारों
I'd like to call Dr. Veena, Department of NIT, on the stage. It's her birthday too. Welcome, ma'am.
बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, बार बार दिन ये आए,
Now we'd like to request our guest of honor, Dr. Rajgopal Shenoy K, to share about his extraordinary journey of inspiring students for the past 35 years.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
I just thought I'll share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay, thank you. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
First, let me thank BLDE deemed to be the university, in particular Department of Surgery, Professor Patil, and my dear friends, including Dr. Tejaswini ma'am and MB Patil, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you today for some time about this Teachers' Day. I think every small place which has grown to a big has got some story to tell. And this is what was in Manipal in 1953, what was popularly called as once upon a time a small hilly sleeping town of Tiger Circle. And to this today, we are in the university building. Today, my talk is mainly concentrating on excellence in the teaching program, especially clinicals as well as in your theory program. Please remember, I'm a surgeon and lots of people are also clinicians here. We would like to make a point very clear that try maximum for bedside clinics, not bookside clinics. I do agree that during this difficult times, virtual, we have been no doubt listening to a lot of these webinars because there was no other choice. Now that slowly the wave is disappearing, students, my request to participate maximum possible in the ward and for the faculty members to get yourself involved more. Dear friends, my favorite quote always, when you move your focus from competition to contribution, life becomes a celebration. You know, never try to defeat people, just win their hearts. I have come here only for a small contribution to what I can do on this day of a Teacher's Day. So the beginning of your teaching program, whenever you are given a responsibility, make up a point that how can I make it simple? Can I make students to understand? Is it a memorable one? Can I make it interesting or is it worthwhile? Again, my great pranamams to S. Radhakrishnan, and I wish every one of you assembled here a happy Teachers' Day. Teacher need not be only in a medical college. Father, mother is also our first teachers, starting from every one of you at one stage of your life. You are going to become a teacher. So the idea is try to contribute maximum for this profession. If there were no teachers, all other profession, please remember, will not exist. So I am inspired by my great teachers. I cannot remember every one of them, but my dean was Professor Arachan Shenoy in Government Medical College, Bellary. This is in 79. And then followed by my MS teachers, both Professor C.R. Bellal sir and Professor M. Srinivasan sir. So please remember, our teachers have contributed so much for every one of our development that made me also to become a teacher. These quotes have been already given by M.B. Patil. You act like a role model, but just look at this. We are only talking about mediocre teacher, superior teacher, but remember what has been written in our heritage. A teacher who gives just an information is an adhyapak, is typical like you got a textbook to read, you come and read, that's adhyapak. But who imparts knowledge with some information which is additional to you, he is actually upadhyay. And one who impart the skill, that is what today we are talking that during this webinars, what students are lacking is the skill, and he is the acharya. One who is able to give a deep insight is a pandit, means one who really analyzing, he is much more superior to than a teacher. And now comes last, a visionary is a drishta. He is really want to see that this child or this boy can take up surgery. This person can take up orthopedics. This person can take up anesthesiology. And last but not the least, it is not only teaching, we have to be a good human being, awaken some kind of a wisdom to him, and that is actually a proper guru. Now, each one of us have to decide where actually we stand. With this small introduction, my observation, and I hear from the students everywhere that everyone talks that teaching is coming down. Everyone says that not many are interested to teach the students. And many of them, some will tell, what is this? I am interested, but students are coming at 10 o'clock. They are roaming around in the wards. Some faculty comes at 11:30, completes the class and goes at 12. And some of them may practice. My salary is low. Students are not interested. Remember, all this should not happen because we have joined a medical college for teaching purposes, and we say that teaching is a noble profession. When teaching is a noble profession, this is the one you can mold your students, mold into them a good human beings also. As a surgeon, we are not only as a teachers now, we are surgeons or whichever profession. We also need to be careful about this research activities which is ongoing. As there is a famous saying now, I think everyone knows, promotions all depends upon your research or publish or perish. Caretakers, we are not just teachers. We are also caretakers of the students. Parents have left the students in your custody. They have not just come to teach MBBS or post-graduation here, but you are going to mold them into a good human beings. Last but never forget the soft skills. If you are able to get this, these are what is called as attributes of a leadership. So please remember, a teacher, you are not just teacher. Remember, you are a leader. When I say this, I have to pay my big salute to these two people. No doubt everyone, APJ Abdul Kalam, our one of the very well known presidents. He said noble profession is a teaching, no doubt. You are to shape your character, caliber, and a future. Remember, if you do that, he will be the future of our country. And if people remember anyone as one good teacher, that will be the biggest honor to me. I think all of you know what are the assets of Abdul Kalam. You would have read so many things about him. He has no assets other than being such a great man of past president of India. That's our Kalam. Look at the other side. That is our Field Marshal Manik Show. Obviously, this was for the students who are here who may not know. It was the famous Indo-Pak War of 71, and history you can read. But he was asked to address a MBA forum in a school. He told only two important things that you want to become a good leader. One is that you need to have a good knowledge. My request to all the teachers who are here, the message is you have to acquire knowledge. And knowledge does not stop at when you get a degree. All of us get MS degree. All of us get some fellowships. It will never stop there. It is a continuing process, and you need to develop a professional competency. Whichever be your field, starting from anatomy till you reach your whatever be your field of teaching subject. If you have a competency and if you have a knowledge, definitely you will be a successful teacher. But you need to have other soft characters, including a discipline to yourself. I am disciplined, so my students get disciplined. If I come late to the clinics, students also, they know that when to come to the clinics late. So that should never happen. Everyone who has joined the institution should also know to have an attitude that I need to teach. I am basically a teacher. I am a good surgeon now working in the hospital, but I also need to know that some research activity. And at the end of the day, Patil told that, you should be a good human being. So this is what are some of the good qualities which you need to have to attribute for a leadership. So how will you get your knowledge? Knowledge is, as I mentioned to you, not one book today. Knowledge is really expanding. So it has to come in a hard way. It is a definite hard work. Whichever field you take, and our study, having joined this institution, our study will end only, last. That means throughout our life we are studying. That is our responsibility. That is our commitment to the institution, that I am going to teach the students well, mold them well, and so that I am committed to this profession. Students should remember you throughout. So a professional competency, you refer to your institution, your responsibility, you becoming a role model to your assistants, role model to the students. Look for opportunities. Today, teachers who are, whether it's in the clinical, preclinical, paraclinical, there is ample opportunities to grow. So many courses are there, so many fellowships are there. So one has to keep on moving. You yourself arrange a training program. When you arrange a CME, when you arrange a training program, not only others get benefit, you are also one of the important person who get benefited. So at the end of the day, have a focused approach of whatever area is your field of interest, develop it, and that is when you achieve your professional competency. Sir, one of the very important part of a teaching, according to me, apart from the knowledge and competency, is integrity. I will just share with you a 2-minute story. A sculptor was doing a small sculpture part of shown here, and a foreigner who comes there and asks, "What are you doing?" He is telling that there is a small sculpture which is damaged, so I am actually doing it again. Remember, this is a Tanjore Brihadeshwar temple of 216 feet height, carved, I think, 1,000 years back. So now the foreigner who is going there is asking him, where is this problem? He is telling that has to go to 215th feet height. This small statue, you are doing it to be kept at the 215th feet. Are you mad? Are you mad? You think anybody is going to see there going up and all? No. You know the answer given by sculpture? You'll be surprised to know. Sir, none of the people know. No foreigner will know, nor Indian will know, nobody will climb up. But remember, I know. There is a deficiency at that floor, 214th floor, and that part is be done by me, and I am the only person know. That is what is integrity. That is what is integrity. I tell this to 100 times wherever a chance comes. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are washing, scrubbing in the operation theater, whether Dr. Tejaswini ma'am is watching or anyone, scrub is your integrity. You have been told to scrub for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you have to do it. Whether you are watched by somebody or not, whether you are taking a theory class well or not, can't expect the principal to come and all the time look at you as an inspector. No, please don't have this. Please have this integrity, honesty, a discipline, punctuality, fair deal. Justice should be given to every one of your students, irrespective of where they have come from, irrespective of the caste, creed, religion, or whatever you can call it as. And that is how you inculcate this property. And the day you do it, you are a role model and you are going to become a good teacher. So to have this, James Shetty Tata, when you know that post-independence, very difficult times, he told the engineers, the only way we can improve all of you is if you have this good attitude. For all that matter, you need to have this, that I need to teach my students well. I need to show them some skills. I need to stimulate their thinking. I need to motivate them. It's a mutual respect. Don't expect that every time to student to respect you. You also give respect to them. They will definitely respect you. I have never cancelled my class anytime. If somebody has taken a class for less, I have compensated it by adding on to that class. I make my every attempt for their success. I will not put them down, ridiculing them, and I will teach them what has been told to me. What James Shetty Tata told them, a very, very simple thing. For all these things to have just attitude. A small work for the students. Give A alphabet number 1 and give alphabet D number 4 and give alphabet E number 5, and you add this ATTITUDE, it comes to 100%. This 100% should be given by not only by teachers, by the students. That is the success of any institution or any organization. As all of you know, as a surgeon, William Osler is the one who introduced the so-called the bedside clinics, but this is what is declining today. And that is what I want all of us to realize, that whether it's a surgery, medicine, OBG, orthopedics, pediatrics, don't make the clinics into a theory class. Rather, try to motivate the students and show them some clinical psychomotor skills which can be assessed better in the wards rather than in the theory class. If you ask a teacher anywhere, whichever college you go, am I not teaching the student? Yes, I am teaching. I am showing them patients. I am correcting papers. I am examining. I am everything. But please remember, your role is much more than that. There is a definitely pressure of work is there, pressure of responsibility is there. We have to have a multitask type of a mentality, especially when you are working in an institution, so that you need to never neglect the student, but to look after them well. One of the important part is the bedside clinics. It's not an uncommon thing. You come to the ward at 9:45 and I ask my assistant, hey, give me some case, man. Okay, something is given. And students will go there and come after 45 minutes and come, what did you do? So the patient has gone for CT scan. Patient has gone for some investigation. Please remember, these are some of the important 9 P's which I have accumulated for to prepare well, plan well, need to develop a good relationship with the patient. Then only patient becomes cooperative to you. You tell, see, these are the future students. These are the future doctors. Please allow them to palpate. Okay, you are there. We all can understand the difficulties which students also face. Try developing psychomotor skills there. Give the students a problem-solving approach so that they think, they analyze, and let them present it well. And once the clinics is over, it's a common practice. Okay, I will give the attendance and go. Don't stop at the end of the clinics. Please remember, follow it up. Follow the procedure. Take them to the operation theater. Get them involved in that. And this is what constitutes your true professionalism in whichever subject you have got. The modifications of this can be done, depends upon which subject you are in. So just an important thing is your communication skills. You know that most of the senior faculty, my talk is definitely for a junior level faculties who are here. Most of the seniors have developed some kind of an automatism. Means without our knowledge itself, we will be talking to the students, we'll be talking to the patients and imparting communication skills. But just remember one thing, what I have taught them before, that's the planning. Then what I have done during my clinics, that is your teaching skills, including psychomotor. This is something which we need to know. What has been called as a reflection of my teaching. What did I teach them? Have they given a feedback to my teaching? And this should be an ongoing assessment. And this is the way you can progress. So you need to prepare the patient, means you need to tell previous day, this is what I am going to show it to my students. And this is inform the nurse about it so that the patient is available during your surgery. Now, during your clinical discussion, don't try to select a patient who has no findings at all. That the problem comes. That you can always discuss in theory. Try to select whatever you have. In case if you do not have, put up some images at least there so that the time is not wasted. We can describe it in the form of some findings, which everyone clinician knows how to describe these cases. Now comes the coordination. I already mentioned to you, never make a lecture, lecture at least has got a components. Suppose they ask you to take a theory class, you know, Okay, I do introduction, etiology, clinical features, etc. But remember, clinics, there is no control. Who is the controller? Nobody. It's you. That's why I said integrity and honesty. A teacher himself is to control this. So you need to define your aim now in the clinics. You define the target. This is what I'm going to teach. Let it not end with the theory. That is my sincere request to all the teachers who are here. A good teacher is the one who can, no doubt, this is what is classically, everyone knows what are the things you do. I have to take a history examination. But one who has got an excellence, he has to encourage the students. He will encourage them to ask questions. He will try to put so many other situations, and he will try to give a problem solving situation. I will just put this my favorites, because I asked this one patient who came long back for an examination by one of my assistants. Within 15 minutes, all the students come to me, and the teacher has given them attendance after 15-20 minutes. I was a bit upset. This happened long back. From that day onwards, I have become slightly an inspector. Whenever my assistant also conducts the clinics, etc., you might have seen one patient, but remember, accumulate them and make every student a chance to present this, so that at least it becomes some kind of a revision for the students, a practice of how they present the case and how you are going to interpret. So this is what a teacher can do. Try maximum from your side to convince the patient. Remember, if you are good to the patient, you can tell the patient, see, these are my students, they are going to examine you. He will agree, provided your relationship with the patient is good. Demonstrate. Signs have to be demonstrated. As I mentioned to you, it's not just a theory here. Try to involve the students with you, make them to understand what you are showing, and prepare the patient well. You come there so that you can definitely find out what mistake is done by the student, so that correct there, so that they are going to come out as a good students. I will give an example. A patient who is there in the ward, you have told the patient that this is a patient of carcinoma of the stomach, and he says that he has been vomiting. You have got some 2 or 3 minutes time there. Just sit there for some time. Encourage the students to see. I'm not sure about the relay part of this video. I don't know whether you can see there a big wave of the stomach. Surgeons will definitely understand that. See, now it's coming there, and you are showing them actually a video of the visible gastric peristalsis. What I am trying to tell is that every students can be encouraged to participate more with the patient, and a teacher should be able to contribute various types of clinical cases which they have got. Today, faculty are lucky, students are lucky, because you have a laptop, you have a iPads, everyone has a video mobile camera with you. Make use of it. It may be a small 1-minute procedure. You should be able to record it, and you should be able to show. At the end of the day, this is of course a scientific article, and it says basically a teacher has to demonstrate. I showed you that visible gastric peristalsis that student have seen, but I have not explained. The second part is what has been called a deconstruction. I will tell them the step. You do this, do this, do this, do this. That's called deconstruction. Now, what is that next thing? Student has to explain the sub-step while the teacher follows the student's instructions. Okay, student is now telling, sir, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. And is what the last step is performance. My dear faculty and students, try to inculcate this kind of changes in your system. Not that we are not doing, it's just that I'm just highlighting the things which is expected from all the faculty members. So that should be an important message here. In the clinics, we need to have a good objective. very often we find there's no objective in that. Our teaching is kept at a wrong level. No, that should not happen, because this is a clinical focus should be on recall of the facts rather than problem solving. That is what is happening. This is wrong. Focus should be on problem solving. So with this, we should be able to improve in our clinical teaching. Again, as I mentioned, the next is always a problem solving approach, so that it is a better in a small group teachings, give them the situations and try to find out from them what do they suspect and how to improve, so that just recall is of not much of a use in the clinical practice, as well give a problem solving. Now, student is presenting the patient to you, give them equal opportunity, give them the confidence, bring them some enthusiasm and empathy. This is an important British poet. It's called Rudyard Kipling. He asked his keepsakes, honest serving man. You know who are those? Nothing. For the students who are presenting, what, why, when, how, where, who. So every patient, when you do that, if you are able to do this, you'll be very, very successful. So I just want you to look at these various pictures so that you will be able to explain better. Now, clinics does not end at this stage. This is the clinical portion, does not end this stage. A faculty should take them to the ward, show them what has been done. See, this is the CT scan picture. So don't stop the hernia clinics, don't stop anything at that level, but involve them and show them bedside some of the clinical photographs, CT scans, take them to the operation theater and show that. So that completes. Last but not the least, for the students, even a student can put a nasogastric tube. Nobody prevents. Show them simple bedside procedures. It may be a catheterization. It may be a stitch removal. What my time clinics or which ends at the diagnosis, please do not stop. Continue your education to the students till some procedure is being done. Some investigations are all being done. That is how you can make a student very good as he comes out of the institution. So now coming to the theory classes, I will not speak much. All of us are excellent teacher. My favorite one slide, I picked it from internet. I think all of you know Nobel laureate C.V. Raman sir. Just look at the blackboard once. All of us have got blackboard teaching. We write so badly on the blackboard. We write so much, irrelevant things. Blackboard should be used properly. I am one of the users of the blackboard. Flowcharts, how you derive equations, how a pathogenesis happens in every field, starting from anatomy till surgery or medicine or OBG. You can use a blackboard. You can use enough audio visual materials there. So you can bring a video, you can draw pictures, make the students to draw a picture of the blackboard, so that all the things, whatever you want to convey, everything can be made out by conveying this message of usage of proper blackboards by the teacher. As every one of us know, picture is worth 1,000 words. So today, make use of the audiovisual, what I mentioned to you, a good pictures of the whatever. Please remember, when you show that in the classroom, all right, otherwise identity of the person should not be visible there. And of course, genitalia as well as the private parts, try to avoid whenever you are showing. So my request to all of the teachers who are here, try to understand the difference between a mediocre teacher and a good teacher. Mediocre teacher says, I will take a chest X-ray. A good teacher is explaining them why he is doing it, why all these tests I am doing it, in what way this is related to your patient. That is the value of a good teacher. And then what happens? From the mediocre, you are moved to a good teacher. Now there is a superior teacher. Who is that? The same teacher, next day, takes the students to this patient whom he has examined previous day and shows them some whatever, doesn't matter about the findings, but show the lab values, and that is superior teacher. And you go further, you want to become still a great teacher, takes them to the operation theater. Don't waste your time there. Students are in the operation theater. They are not even looked after by anyone. That situation should not happen. Show them and then get them involved, if necessary, in the operation theater. This is what is true mentoring. Yes, in an institution where large number of students are there, it may not be possible for everybody, but make a sincere attempt so that we one day want to become a role model to all the students. So great teachers don't tell you what to do. They show you how it is done. Observe. Students have to observe the students. At the end, I mentioned, take effective feedback so that improvement can take place. Ward rounds is another area, and OPD is another area where you can show variety of students, more of a problem-oriented discussion we can do, and a problem solving. So this is what we can do. That's a ward round. And in the ward round, just look at that. If you show this picture, oh no, but show this picture now, show that you know why patient has got temperature. So clinical excellence, teaching excellence can always be got by interpretation, not by theory. So I just will take another 2 or 3 minutes. So you are the captain of the ship now. Try to develop communication skills, impart competencies, use some common sense, compassion, and a consent. This will all constitute your teaching program. At the end, you are a professional now. Have a good attitude. As I mentioned to you, your behavior and body language should be good to the students. You need to have the work culture. And remember, always anger means danger. Humiliation to the students, ridiculing, teasing, asking personal questions should never be encouraged in any organization. Should be eager to learn and focus what has been taught. So that is what is the soft skills. And I just want to say that at the end, this is what is the preparation, plan, psychomotor skills, problem solving, procedures, post-clinics follow-up, and to them show the everything at the end. That is what is constitutes a teacher's professionalism. So do not lower your goals to the level of your ability. Remember this. Instead, raise your abilities to the height to achieve your goal. This is what is expected from every good teacher, or for that matter, every student who gets involved in this. This what should be your ability. And for a quick message to the students, institution has so much to give you. There are museums, there are classrooms, follow a dress code, discipline, punctuality, participation, and a responsible behavior. And when you come to the wards, how I have mentioned to you about the ward, don't make the ward as a book side, make it as a bedside. Spend some time there, and this is the way you can improve, so that you will improve your knowledge from the anatomy to the clinical side, making use of the library, because journey of the lifetime starts with the turning of a page. The turning of a page is nothing but your library, and that is what it is. This is the wards, and this is the simulation labs. And this was 1990 on this Teachers' Day. Somebody sent me one photograph of 1990, and this man has become head of the department. And this was just taken 2 days back in the COVID batch in the outpatient department. Today, I received one very good message from one of my students, pencil and a rubber story or an eraser. I am sorry, said the pencil to the eraser. Whatever for, asked the eraser. I am sorry because you get hurt because of me. Continued the pencil. Every time I may make a mistake, you are there to erase me. And every time you make one of my mistakes vanish, you lose a bit to yourself. you become smaller and smaller and a bit dirty too. That is what we are, teachers. We are erasers, and pencil is nothing but the students. But you should not really worry, responded the eraser. We are erasers. I was meant to help you whenever you made a mistake, and happy doing my job as a teacher. And I know one day I will be gone because I have become smaller and smaller, and you will find someone else to do my job. And while I am around, I am pride in knowing that I did my bit to help erase your mistakes. Keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. With this message to the students, I will stop my talk today by wishing you all the best for a bright future, and for all the teachers, dear teachers, happy Teachers Day again. And for BLDE University, thanks a lot for giving opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your profound observations and motivating words. Now, we'd like to call upon Dr. S.V. Patil, Vice Principal Academics and Professor of Pediatrics, to share a few thoughts about today's events. But first, we have a song which we would like to play now.
Very good morning. Very good morning. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to sing a song for you. I once again thank and my special thanks, especially to the University of BLDE and Department of Surgery for giving this opportunity. I have selected a song from the movie Dur Gagan Ki Chhaon Mein. It's a Kishore Kumar music, and Kishore Kumar is the singer of the song. I'm not a great singer, but just enjoy this song.
Thank you so much, sir, for that beautiful song. Now we have Dr. Shri Patil, Vice Principal Academics and Professor of Pediatrics, to share a few thoughts about today's event.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. To share a few experiences, not much as I'm a part of your house. We learned in a very primitive era, all of us, some of us preferably, where our teachers used to play all the roles. They were the teachers, they were the mentors, they were the sportsmen. I still remember my own class teacher who used to take class, PE period, he used to take out, play football with us, come back, and whenever we were down with our health, he used to come to our house and ask, what is wrong with you? And he used to interact actively with our own parents, saying that what is wrong. So a role played by teacher way back in our days was not only the teaching, but the mentoring, but the care, but the hospitality. He was our doctor, he was a nurse, he was helping even the role of an extra thing. So this is what we have seen as teachers, but definitely the things have evolved. That time the teaching methodologies were just chalk and board, as sir has rightly put into. Later on, it went for pen, pencil, then came the visual aids, OHPs, PowerPoints, and digital, and now videos. Now, we all being in an eminent college, medical college, we all know that we are experiencing a very rich cream of teaching. If you happen to go back to a school or rural or what we call it as a rural, where we have mixed heterogeneous teaching going on. Say around today, I got some references that around 37 lakh children are devoid of education in the Karnataka state itself, because everything has come on a digital platform. A role of an teacher was even played by my own mother, my own father. And imagine when your mother was not educated. So when I interrogated, in my free time, whenever I enjoy with my children, saying that, can you recite a table? He says 4 ones are 4, 4 threes are 12, 4 fours are 16. And now he is not in a position to recite table 4 till the end. But the parents were astonished. Sir, if I was educated, probably I would have taken a class in the house itself. Now, this is all it is happening because of our parents' literacy, the lockdown, the pandemicity, where the home teaching has become the entire way of only learning, and digital platform is the only way of learning to most of the schools. So because the father says, whenever I get a money or a salary or a benefit, I spend it taking for a device for my own child for learning. So this is the scenario what the parents are going through, and we do not face this pinch that what our parents have gone through this phase of providing all the devices, all the teaching material, and best of the best educations, universities, and teaching devices to all of us. So we need to utilize all those things for making a thing. What is that we need to go ahead? What we focused in education system was about the bridge gap. So whenever we began any college or a new profession, we used to take the students what was across the PUC and MBBS and MD. As our principal rightly puts, every time a new innovative methodology for teaching students, like whatever the gap of teaching is there, that has to be always bridged by the teacher, like what you have learned in the past, what are you now, and what you have to adapt yourself for the next teaching. So this is what the role a teacher has to play for the student. A second important factor is about the dropouts. Dropouts, now schools have all begun. 9 to 12 have begun in 6 September. Now look at the new challenges. Teachers are facing a very difficulty for the patients. Parents come and ask, sir, is it worthwhile sending? Is my child safe? Are you maintaining distance? Are you teaching well? Is it okay if he studies at home? So these are all the new challenges what the teacher is facing in this school. This is how a teacher is facing a newer and newer human factors challenges for a teaching. And who says a teacher's job is a very simple job? It is always an underrated job by many of us, and we should be very proud to say it should be overrated in what the teacher does. Do you think teacher once during these last 2 years, the role he has played in coming to a digital platform, a teacher who has taught us with chalk pencil, with visual aids, with OHP, with PPT, and now he is getting adapted to the digital platform of teaching. A teacher is a student himself, learn most of the things, get adapted to the newer methodologies of teaching, and plans what a student should do and what is expected of. And what is the way forward for the students to come. So national guidelines, national education policy has come into the situ. A window period of 10 years has been focused for the education system, and the pandemic COVID has disrupted the entire platform of learning, and students have definitely lagged back. Till 6th, there are no exams. Students pass on, keep on passing. The students are really the parents are really in apprehension, like how my child is going to face the future. And these are going to be the nation and leaders. During our own class days, my own school days, whenever the last benchers was called by a teacher, come forward and ask. One of my last benchers used to say, sir, na ille kutgotini, nanu idi prapanchane nodtini, neevu kalisiri sir nanage. So the backbencher says, he had a saying that, sir, ನಾನು ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಮುಂದೆ ಕಡೆ ಕಲಿಸ್ರಿ ಸರ್. The frontliners were all the scholars, scientists, teachers, doctors, and very efficient professionals. Whereas the last benchers also, we cannot say that they are not leading the nations. They are well ahead of everyone, where the classroom was seen as the entire galaxy. Today on this occasion, I also portray the two very good movies portrayed by Amir Khan as a teacher, one in 3 Idiots and one in Tare Zameen Par, where in that movie he picks up an autistic child and shows it to the entire world, and what an differently abled child, an autistic child, can do wonders. He brought the galaxy to the ground. And in 3 Idiots, most of the well-nourished teacher says that run behind the excellence. Student was never obedient to sir. He was the teacher for many instances, but he was honored with a pen by a teacher. So what he says, sir, do not be one-sided teaching, that we need to learn a lot of things in the present world. He says, excellence ke piche bhago, run behind the excellence and success follows. So these were the very powerful messages which were portrayed by these two movies and which were very inspiring and very blockbusters, you all know. So let me not go much beyond that. This is what a teacher can play in a student's role. So this is how the education is going on, and the pandemicity has affected teaching in a big way, a disaster. And now prediction of third wave and comes, and if the third wave strikes back, we need to revise our curriculum. We really need to revise our curriculum. What? Should we increase or should we decrease? A time has come we may have to decrease the curriculum, because the existing syllabus only is becoming more, and we do not have contact hours for students to interact, to teach, because days are not there. We are not having eye-to-eye contact. We are not having physical contact. We are not knowing this mental state of a child in online platform, digital platform teaching. So this is what, and higher educational institutions like our own university, we say that revise your curriculum, go for higher things, go beyond your book, go beyond your syllabus, because see, the disaster is happening in such a way that it's coming in the way of learning everywhere, that in the form of probably a revision curriculum not only increases, but caters or customizes to the students' learning. So without not much wasting the time, so after having listened to exhaustive lecture of Sir, wherein he has covered all the era right from the beginning, from the scientists, from the presidents, who were all our teachers, and has sent a powerful message. And Sir has given a right directives to all our clinicians to be a good teachers first and encourage the bedside teaching, problem-based teaching, so forth. We'll all do that, Sir, from all our house, from our university. I convey my message to you, Sir, that we'll all adopt the way of your own teaching, and we'll turn all these students into an efficient people who can lead the world. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for those extremely encouraging words. Bringing this event to a close, we now have Dr. Sunil Biradar, Professor and Head Department of Ophthalmology, Shri B.M. Patil Medical College, for the vote of thanks.
Good morning to all and happy Teachers' Day to all. Somewhere I had read the simple definition of teacher. A teacher is one, he need not be very educated or anything. A teacher is one who brings in the smallest change in you, he is also called as a teacher. So whoever brings a change in you, he is a teacher. Now today, this is the last part of the program. That is vote of thanks. It gives me a great pleasure. I thank our Vice Chancellor, Dr. R.S. Mudol, for his constant support for this day's program. He's been my teacher and I thank him. I thank our beloved principal, Dr. Arun Patil sir, who has been backbone of the program and he's been constantly supporting all through the program. And the program is successful because of him. And sir, you made it possible within a very short period of time. I think we were given just a task of 3 or 4 days. Thank you, sir. And I thank Dr. S.V. Patil sir, Vice Principal Academics, for presiding over the function and constantly supporting throughout the function. Thank you, sir. I thank Dr. Arun Inamdar sir, Dean Faculty of Allied Health Science, for giving valuable inputs for selecting best teachers. He has been the committee chairman and he made a lot of inputs. He gave us a lot of input for the committee, and which helped in selecting teacher. Though it was at a short notice and we were having little minor hiccups, somehow we could get through it. I thank you, sir. I thank all the committee members who have supported me during the selection process of this program of teachers. I thank you all the committee members. I thank Dr. Raj Gopal Shenoy sir, who is ex-HOD and Associate Dean and presently working as a professor of Manipal University. It was a wonderful talk. I think whenever you dream of telling something to some students, I think you should follow all the slides what he had told. I was thinking of downloading them and presenting it to my students. We are very pleased that he has accepted our invitation for being the chief guest of today's function. And actually, we released your talk, sir, and about how to be a good teacher. Thank you, sir. I thank all HODs, staff members of BLDE University who have attended this program. Thank you, one and all. I thank students for making this program successful. Thank you, students. I thank IT department for their constant support, especially Dr. Deepak. You did a great job. Thank you, Deepak. I thank all the library staff who have made this a wonderful auditorium for this program. Thank you. All the non-teaching and teaching faculty. Thank you one and all. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I would now request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Before commencing the ceremony, I would just like to ask our beloved felicitated teachers to please come forward near the stage for a group photograph.
Dr. Patil? Dr. Patil?
Yes, sir.
Nano, can I leave now?
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time and everything. It was wonderful.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day, sir. Photo, na?